AEW talent is furious with CM Punk after his Dynamite promo. Plus, we have details on CM Punk's backstage heat with Hangman Page, and Triple H has lifted another Vince McMahon ban. It's all in the wrestling news right now. The AEW locker room is divided and talent is reportedly upset following CM Punk's return to AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. What's the story, Andrew?
So if you recall, CM Punk called out Hangman Page in the opening promo of Dynamite this week, and that was reportedly not planned at all, according to Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Radio. They say that was weird for everyone in that no one knew he was going to do that, Meltzer said, later saying that Punk versus Page 2 is not planned for All Out. So as you recall, if you remember, if you've not seen it, at Dynamite, Punk challenged Hangman Page to a match right here, right now. He sat in the middle of the ring, and as the crowd chanted, Page's music, it just never hit and he never came out. And Punk then went on to say, my sentiments exactly. Now, on to the important things. That's not Cowboy SH1T, that's Coward SH1T. Meltzer went on to reiterate that there's a lot of reality to the issues they aired about each other during the build to Page versus Punk at Double or Nothing. He later said that there might have been something Page said during their promo that irked Punk to the point he wanted to air it during his first in-ring promo since getting injured.
So the promo in question, we'll touch on it now. Actually, there's been some great reporting from Fightful and from the Wrestling Observer on this over the past few hours. Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Radio says there were plenty of people backstage furious with CM Punk because Hangman is a well-liked guy. Everybody loves Hangman, and they felt bad for him, and they were upset with Punk. Now, of course, Punk has friends as well, and he has supporters, and his supporters are angry because they believe that Hangman was the one who started it. But he started it. This is a real situation, says Brian Alvarez. I know a lot of people, he says that a lot of people compare like this to the MJF thing, saying it's a worked shoot, brother. But this is apparently a real situation. Now, Fightful Select say that there are indeed some backstage issues with CM Punk and Hangman Page and CM Punk and AEW on the whole. The belief among several on the roster, according to Fightful Select, is that Punk believed Hangman went into business for himself leading into their Double or Nothing match, and Punk may have seen the promo on Wednesday as a receipt. It's important to note that this was locker room speculation as opposed to Punk telling anyone directly. From Punk's end of things, there was a Hangman promo that he alluded to Punk's issues with Colt Cabana, and it didn't set well with Punk. This was in the lead up to Double or Nothing. Yeah. And there was apparently an uncleared comment about Colt alluding to Colt Cabana and CM Punk's fractious relationship. Okay. Another promo that happened during a week where Punk wasn't at the show that also accelerated that. They said that Punk's shot at Hangman happened with Hangman present, and that's how that person close to Punk justified it. Sources familiar with the situation also claim that CM Punk has often verbally expressed his displeasure about things, including recently so blatantly that they thought he might end up quitting the company. Wow. That was my reaction. Was like, here's a guy who's been so happy to be there, if this is the case, and to be part of wrestling again, to be at this point where he's like, I might just go, lads. Those close to him said that he might have also decided to stay at home instead of coming to Dynamite on Wednesday, but don't think he would have quit. So if not quit, at least not be around. We haven't been given any indication, say Fightful, that he plans on leaving AEW, but one veteran said they'd heard threats being levied. Now, Fightful was also told that the Moxley versus Punk match for next week's Dynamite was a very late decision because they announced at the start of Dynamite that it'll be the main event for All Out. Yeah. And then after a couple of brawls, they went, let's not wait till then, let's do it next week.
Next week, sorry. Well, they wanted it now, but then they were like, next week, what?
I can't wait till All Out. I'll wait 7 days exactly. Yeah. We haven't been told how late, say Fightful, and when asked AEW higher-ups for context, we didn't gain any. We haven't learned the crux of what led to Punk's current frustrations that would have led him to hypothetically not show up at Dynamite, whether it be the change in the match, Hangman's jab back, Hangman's jab back may, or otherwise. So basically from that is they don't quite know why the match has been brought forward, nor do they know any of the reason why Punk might have reservations about being in AEW at the moment.
Yeah,
if that is the case.
Of course, I don't know if it's just feels like schoolyard mentality almost, but I think at this point, if someone's just definitely this displeased with something, maybe just sit down in a room together and just talk it out.
No, you bottle it up.
Yeah.
And you let it fester, and you let it come out in the face of someone that you love. That's how here in the UK we deal with our things. You suck it up, Buttercup. You let it burn inside you like a poison.
Yep.
And then when your partner says, "Did you take the bin out?" you explode.
I like it. It's healthy. What a healthy way to be.
It's perfectly healthy. You're very right. The Punk and Page thing could be something that's resolved backstage. I know from numerous reports that Hangman Page is really liked backstage.
Yeah.
He's been there from day dot, so you kind of believe that a lot of people are going to be in favour of, our favourite anxious millennial cowboy over CM Punk. Having said that, there's a lot of people that believe that Hangman Page bringing up Colt Cabana in a hypothetical, alluding type way without getting the nod from CM Punk, considering their very real issues, is a little bit out of left field.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be all sides here.
It definitely feels like there's something from both sides, right? And that is why I think I'll be the counselor. I'll sit in the middle of the room and I will be like, guys, let's just talk this out.
And
let's see
I'll
what's
bring
going on.
in the drinks.
I like it. Biscuits?
I'll bring in some biscuits.
Good lad.
Digestives. A set of knobs. Healthy. Let's end on a little bit from WWE. We talked about NXT UK being gutted in our last video. You can watch an extensive video on that. Some slightly better news for remaining roster as another Vince McMahon ban has been lifted.
Leg slaps. No, I'm only messing.
We can all leg slap
We
again.
can all leg slap now. It seems like WWE superstars are now allowed back on third-party platforms such as Twitch and Cameo. So yesterday, Drew Gulak tweeted, "Yes, I am streaming on Twitch again. Thank you, Papa H. Also, my cousin is here with me still, and he insisted. Please come ask him some questions." There was an uproar, obviously, as we all recall. It was a big thing. There was an uproar behind the scenes when Vince McMahon banned all WWE superstars from brokering their own third-party platform deals. And then the original plan with that was that WWE were going to bring in a talent department to negotiate brand deals for superstars through WWE channels. So this is a huge deal for a lot of people who I think like to wind down with Twitch. A lot of people that used to be in NXT Black and Gold, they would very much do their Twitch channels, and when all this stuff kicked off, I feel like that may have played a factor in a lot of them perhaps going to over the pond to the other promotion, AEW. I think little things like that can very well factor into something that would make someone make that decision.
Because it's not just, as you say, a way to relax, which a lot of people why they do it, but it's also an extra revenue source.
Yeah.
If you're not doing a lot on TV and you're only getting your downside guarantee, you might want to, fill your time with something that you can build on. Do some stuff with and make a bit of extra money too.
Yeah, exactly.
So when that was taken away, we're like, oh no, like Paige, like a big part of Paige makes a ton of money doing Twitch. Yeah. Like that was a big part. So she was a very vocal advocate for bringing it back initially. So then the kind of WWE met them in the middle, as you say, with this sort of third party plan to go, you can do Twitch again, but it has to be WWE sponsored Twitch, it's like when Noah's Arcade took over Wayne's World. It would have been that sort of thing.
That's a really good analogy right there.
Which WWE should start a Twitch?
I want to see, and I went through the roster and I was like, who likes video games? And one person I would love to see play through the entirety of the Zelda franchise is Cody Rhodes. Because I would sit there gleefully with a giant smile on my face, listening to that man tell stories about Zelda and his experiences with it for a lifetime.
I think Cody Rhodes is a babyface. You watch him attempt the water temple.
Nobody's a babyface at the water temple.
Very different side of him.
What about you? Who would you like to see, do you reckon?
Why are we doing video games?
Okay, we have to.
Dexter Lumis art stream.
Oh, that would be so good.
Just watch him silently bring paintings to life.
That would be phenomenal.
I want to do that. Dexter Lumis art stream.
I like that a lot.
We'll do that. Make that a thing. Or I challenge any of the current WWE roster to do what I did a few months ago on Twitch and do one-man Shakespeare. It's exhausting. Have a go. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic, by the way. Fraser Porter's on tonight. It's Curly Whirly Fridays with our boy, Fraser Porter. You got anything nice on the horizon?
Nothing.
Just a nice weekend off?
Just a nice weekend off.
Lovely. You've earned it.
Oh, you've earned it.
You've earned it.
You've earned it. Have you got a weekend off?
No!
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, man.
I'm angry about something else and I'm healthily taking it out.
Of course.
We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.